I'm gonna go ahead and work on these stems here. I have 3 colors of green here of the Prismacolor pencils. One of them is apple green, this one's spring green, and then this one is just a super high bright green. I usually just go to the store and find colors that I really like a lot, and then that's what I buy. Anyway, so you can do your colored pencils a couple different ways. Just like painting, you're going to want to do some darker and some lighter parts for your shadows and your light. The stem is round, so the center of the stem is going to be your lightest color. I just go down the center of the stems with the lightest color. You could do the whole stem dark and then go over it with the lighter color. You could do the whole stem light and then go over the sides with the darker color. I mean, it's really just up to you and playing with layering. When I'm doing a bigger area of colored pencil, I work in ovals. So not so much working in up and downs, but working in ovals. In this situation, with it being just a small space, you don't really need to do that. You can just kind of basically make a line down the center.
Oh, in death, so cold and pale, removes your wedding veil, and your feet humble and
I wanted to just kind of close up right here on this section because this is one of the bigger stems and you'll probably be able to see it a little bit better. I have my next darkest shade here, and it's really not that much darker than what I've already done. But I'm going along the side now, here where I left before, and I'm just doing the sides a little bit darker. If you can see here, and you can barely see the difference. And then I'm going to go over it again with this even darker. And just go along the sides here. Just to give it even more shading. So on each side. So the lightest color is going to be in the center and the darker colors are going to be on the outside. If you want an even brighter white, you can go down the center, and I do blow off my extras. Those pencil marks will really, or the little flakes that flake off, when you spray this, they will show up when you don't want them to. So you kind of want to get rid of the extra little pencil marks. So you can even go down the center of this with the white and brighten that up a little bit to really give it some dimension. If you can see that now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all the rest.
So when all the pain subsides and every tear's wiped dry, we will cross, just you and I, through Jordan's way. Oh, and in that final hour, when death has lost its power, that dim glass will surely cower when we're face to face. We will see him face to face.
So on the leaves, it's kind of the same thing. I'm going with the darker color along the outside of the leaf, and then on the other side of the leaf. And then I'm just taking the lighter color, and I'm almost going to the center, but I'm leaving a little bit of the black just because I like the rusticness and it kind of gives it some shadow there. And that's all that I'm doing, really. So, again, just dark on the outside here. And you can even leave like some space here where those two are overlapping if you want to, just to give a shadow there. And then, same thing, light, not quite to the center, not quite to this other stem here where they could overlap. So, same thing. And you just do that with all the leaves. I mean, it's super simple and relaxing. It's like coloring in a coloring book, but it's really dynamic with this black background. I hope all of you got some black paint that is very matte, because you're not going to see the same dynamic with a glossy paint.
Oh, I looked for you like I looked for the sea, but my shores are all empty.
Go ahead and
when you're not
some of these flowers here and add a little bit of the ultramarine blue just kind of on the inner shadows here. Just here and there, just touching it with that ultramarine blue just to give it a whole nother dynamic. So you can put it on the the inside here, kind of where the leaves curl back out, or on the ends. So here and there, just wherever. And then even you could do it like where these two intersect. But it just gives it another dynamic. But after that, after adding a little bit of the blue, I'm gonna be done. So this is that ultramarine, super bright blue. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some white to the petals, just to kind of cover up these little spots that we have here. And then also because the one thing about any colors like yellow is they are not going to show up very good on a black background because they're so transparent. So putting a white behind any yellows or really any of those warm colors is a good idea, just to really make sure that they're bright and what you're wanting them to be. So I just use this Americana white paint. I just got it at the craft store. The nice thing about it is, like the black, it's super matte, so the colored pencil is gonna stand out good on it. And I still haven't decided if I'll do paint or colored pencil on the flower leaves. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that with the number 2 round brush.
And no, and no, and no, and no, and no. So I looked for you like I looked for the sea, but my shores are all empty. But when you're not with me, with me, with me.